this science and technology is compulsory subject, sir?
Yes, it is part of GS3.
Sir, we can take this again as an optional subject, or it's not possible, sir?
No, science and tech is not. It is not a separate optional subject. Okay.
Okay, sir.
You can take like civil engineering, mechanical engineering, physics, chemistry, maths. So those science subjects, they are available as optional, but science and technology is not available as an optional.
Sir, because this, instead of this social studies, I want to take this computers or something like that, sir. Because at degree and PG, I am studying social studies, sir. So again, it will be overburdened.
Social studies.
Yes, sir. All this history, political.
Okay, then you can take history or public administration. Okay, sociology. You can take these subjects.
But that subjects already have in degrees, sir. So I want to take different subjects.
Okay.
So I'm very confused on which subject to take.
In which subject you are interested? It depends upon your interest.
Yes, sir.
See, anthropology is good. Okay, sociology is also good. It depends upon your writing skills. In social studies, okay, your writing skills, they matter. They matter a lot.
But we cannot take science and technology 2 times, sir.
No, science and technology is not an optional subject. That is not even an option. Okay.
Sir, and one more thing, you thought about this, what is this? Alexa and this Watson, that I didn't understand, sir.
See, Watson is basically, it is natural language processing software. It contains the natural language processing software, and it can talk to any human in any sort of language. Okay.
Okay, sir.
So yesterday I gave you 2 questions. किसी ने attempt किया? किसने क्वेश्चन अटेम्प्ट किए? Where is Aman? He is not taking classes. And have you attempted these questions? Yes or no? Okay, fine. That is not an issue. See, if you are not writing the answers, you can do at least one thing. You can structure the answer. Okay. Hello, Aishwarya. Today we are starting the robotics, and I hope you will understand things. And please go through the recorded videos. So I told you yesterday some basic idea about how to write the answers. And you must be knowing that there are 3 parts of any answer. In the GS answer writing, okay, in the mains, there are 3 parts of an answer. One is the introduction. Yes, Kritika. One is introduction and body and the conclusion. We have introduction, we have body and the concluding part to an answer. लेकिन इससे मेरा बिल्कुल भी ये मतलब नहीं है कि हर क्वेश्चन में आप सेपरेट हेडिंग यूज करेंगे. I do not mean to say that you will have to use separate headings for introduction, for body, and conclusion. Okay, these are the parts of an answer. Okay, an answer contains these three things. One part is the introductory part, and other is the body part, and the last one is the concluding part. But do not use separate headings for it. Okay, some students, they write answers like, first they will give the heading introduction and they will write 1-2 paragraphs, then they will give the heading body, then they will write 1-2 paragraphs. So I do not mean to suggest this. Okay, these are the parts of an answer. One answer contains the introduction, it contains some body, and there should be some concluding part. So it is implicit that the first paragraph of the answer, it is the introduction. Okay, the examiner perceives it as the introductory part. Okay, that is implicit. And the introductory part, it should contain, like in this question, we are talking about the blockchain technology is seen as a game changer by the business community. And it can be used to make governance simple and effective. Elaborate. So in the introduction, how will you start this answer? Okay, you will first define the blockchain technology. Okay, first you have to define what is blockchain, and you have to give some facts about the blockchain, some facts and figures. That is the most appropriate introduction to this answer. The examiner will look for whether you have defined the blockchain in the appropriate terms and whether you have given examples, okay, in support of the definition. So that is the introductory part. Then in the body part, you will write about the use of the blockchain technology in the governance. Okay, so in which sectors the blockchain technology can be used and how the government can take the benefit of blockchain technology. So that will comprise the body part, and you will give examples like how the blockchain is helping the financial sector, how the blockchain is helping in the healthcare sector, okay, and in the delivery of public services. In governance, how it is helping, and you will give examples in support of your answer, and you will give some data, facts and figures. And finally, in the concluding part, in the last para, you will conclude in 20 to 30 words. And the conclusion, it should be positive. Obviously, it should be positive, and it should be futuristic. Okay. You cannot be a pessimist when you are writing the answer for the mains. You have to be a futurist and optimistic person. तो conclusion सबका एक positive connotation के साथ अपने आंसर को end करना है. ठीक है, सभी को समझ में आया? So this is how you will structure your mains answer. You will write an introductory part, in which you will define each of the term contained in the question. Okay, and then you will address the core of the question in the body of the question, and finally you will conclude it. And if you can draw diagrams in the body part, that will be an added advantage. And in the last class I told you, if you have used the appropriate content and you have structured it well, okay, and you have addressed the question in entirety, then you will get marks. You will get marks for it. But if your language flow is poor, what you have written, okay, the examiner cannot comprehend it because your writing skills are not as good and your grammar is also poor, then everything will go in vain. The language flow and the grammar, it can turn a good answer into a bad answer. Okay, and obviously if your content is bad, if your structuring is bad, and your language is also bad, then you will get very, very poor marks. And the marking scheme in the UPSC, it is generally like if the 15 marks they are allotted to a question and you are getting, okay, 50% of the marks, if you are getting 7.5 to 8 marks, there is always scaling in the UPSC, and usually the people who score 50% in the mains examination, okay, their name appears in the list of the selected candidates, people who score more than 50% of the marks. And if you are scoring 7.5 to 8 marks, it means your content is good, your structuring is good, okay, and you have addressed the question in entirety, and your language flow is also good. If everything goes good, then you will get this much mark. So the best answer is awarded like 8 out of 15, and rest all other students, okay, they will be awarded marks relative to the best performance. Okay, so this is all about the mains answer writing. 50 to 55% marks, these are the maximum marks awarded in a given question, and if you have written the average answer, the marks allotted will be, okay, 3 to 4 out of 50. Okay, so imagine if in the mains examination there are 4 GS papers, okay, there are 4 GS papers, and if in each question you are getting 5 marks on an average, some questions you have written fantabulous, and some questions you have given average answer, and some question you have given the namesake answers, and suppose there are 4 GS papers and there are 20 questions in each paper, and you are getting an average of 5 marks per question. Okay, if you are getting 5 marks per question, and this will comprise 100 marks, so you will get 100 marks in one of the GS paper, and in 4 GS paper you will get the 400 marks, and suppose you are able to score 130 in the essay paper, then these are 530 marks, and if you have scored 300 in your optional, then it is 830 marks. Who will tell me what is the cutoff for 2020 mains, 2019 mains? What is the mains cutoff for the 2019? No, it is around 750. It is around 750. So you can already see that by scoring 830, okay, out of the 1750, you have crossed the cutoff of the mains very easily, okay, and your name will be in the final 200 or 300 students. So you have to score 50% of the marks. So it is better to start practice writing, okay, at this stage. And similarly, in the second question, this question says, in the light of the recent Supreme Court judgment on the RBI circular, discuss the challenges and risks posed by the cryptocurrencies. So first you will start with what the RBI circular was and what is the Supreme Court judgment. Okay. You will start with it in the introductory part, and then you will define what the cryptocurrencies are, and then you will proceed to the challenges and risks that are associated with the cryptocurrencies in the body part. And if there is any diagram, please draw it and give some positive conclusion. Okay. So both the questions were of 150 was the word limit, and these are the 10 marker questions. तो सभी लोग try करेंगे? Yes, Arini?
So while writing the Supreme Court judgment, is it necessary to write in the same words as given in the newspaper, or can we change it to our own words as well?
No, you can use your own words, but you have to take care of the proper terminology. Okay, you can use your own words,
Yes.
but the terminology should be appropriate.
Okay.
Okay, and please start writing from now. This is the best time to start practicing the mains answer writing. If your writing skills are good, then it will be very easy for you to crack the mains examination, because I told you earlier that mains is very, very predictable. 70% of the paper, it will be from the current affairs. Okay, if your memory is good and if your writing skills are good, then mains, it will be a cakewalk for you. Nindita, I will talk to Jitin sir, and okay, he will inform you when the management is planning for the blockchain class. Okay. See, the slots are not yet available for any extra classes, so that is why for now we cannot take it, but we will arrange for it. See, 10% of the households in India, 10% of the households, okay, they are having devices like the desktop, laptop, or a smartphone to access the internet. Only 10%. And 25% population of India, they have access to internet. So you can understand how privileged you people are. Yes, sir, internet. 25% of the Indians, they have access to the internet. You can imagine how privileged you people are. You are having the devices to access the internet, and obviously you are having access to the internet. So there was some data by the NSO, National Statistical Office, and I have uploaded one video. Okay, you can watch it, about the digital divide in India. Yes, it was in the yesterday's newspaper as well. I have compiled the data in the tabulated form. You can access it. Okay. So only 25% population, they are having access to the internet. And only 1 in 10 households, they are having devices to access the internet. So obviously we cannot push for the digital classroom for the all of India. Okay, during the COVID-19 pandemic, there is a debate that we should now switch to the digital classroom, to the virtual classroom, but we cannot do it because the situation does not warrant it. Okay, the majority of the population in India, the majority of the children in India, they are not having access to internet. So the digital classroom, virtual classroom cannot be a substitute for the traditional classroom, because there is a huge digital divide, and such kind of issues, they are usually asked in the essays, because this is a huge issue for the country. And you can expect, okay, this year in 2020 in January we will have the mains, and you can expect, okay, one essay from this topic, or in GS3 or in GS2. So mains is this much predictable. Now we are starting with robotics. Some people, they are not coming to the classes now. Menu, you are typing something, you want to ask something? Okay. I think Arpit and Aman. Arpit is in the class, but Aman is not in the class. We are starting with the robotics, and robotics, it is mentioned in the main syllabus in GS paper 3. Okay, so we have this Isaac Asimov. He was a science fiction writer, and he was a professor in the University of Boston. And he was the professor of biochemistry. Professor of biochemistry in the Boston University, and he wrote several novels. Okay, several novels on the robots. So the term robotics, it is associated to the Isaac Asimov. Isaac Asimov, he was a science fiction writer, and he was professor in the Boston University of Biochemistry, and the term robotics, it is associated to Isaac Asimov. Okay, so basically he was a philosopher, and he have written a huge literature about the robotics, usually in the form of science fiction. So he wrote and imagined about the robots, and this person, Joseph F. Engelberger, okay, he was an American physicist, he was a businessman, and he was also an engineer. And this person was fascinated by the stories of Isaac Asimov. Okay, so this Joseph F. Engelberger, he is regarded as the father of robotics. So who is the father of robotics? Joseph F. Engelberger, and he was fascinated by the ideas presented by Isaac Asimov. Okay, the idea, the term robotics, it is associated to Isaac Asimov, and the father of robotics, it is Joseph F. Engelberger. Okay. Then there is also one person, George DeWall. Okay, so George DeWall is a person, and in one of the cocktail parties, George DeWall met the Joseph F. Engelberger, and they were discussing the novels of the Isaac Asimov. Okay, they were discussing about the idea of the robots, and George DeWall, he has patented one device, which was that device was article transfer. Okay, article transfer machine, and this was a programmed machine, and this was patented by George DeWall. So they were talking about the Isaac Asimov's novels, and George DeWall told Joseph F. Engelberger about the article transfer machine, which was basically a kind of robotic arm, and this was programmed. This was a programmed machine. Okay, so immediately the idea struck to the Joseph F. Engelberger that this is the robot that he was imagining. Okay, so he got the idea of developing one robot from this article transfer machine, and he collaborated with the George DeWall to develop the world's first robot, industrial robot. So they collaborated with each other, and they designed the world's first industrial robot. They designed the world's first industrial robot. Okay, and the name of that robot is Unimate. Okay, so Unimate was the world's first industrial robot, and it was developed by the Engelberger. He was a businessman, and he was also a physicist, and he was also an engineer, and he was fascinated by the idea of robots, and ultimately he developed one using the idea of the George Devon. Okay. So here we have some of the robots. Like we have Sophia. किसी को यहाँ तो कोई प्रॉब्लम? Okay. So this Sophia is a social humanoid robot. Humanoid is something which resembles the human being in appearance. Okay, so Sophia resembles human beings in appearance, and Sophia is the social humanoid robot, and this Sophia was built by the Hanson Technology, okay, the company Hanson based in Hong Kong. So Sophia was developed by Hanson, and Hanson is based in Hong Kong. And this Sophia, okay, the Sophia is using Sophia got the citizenship of one country. Can anyone tell me which country? And Sophia is obviously using AI. Yes. So Sophia was
Israel.
no. Soumya has given the answer. It is Saudi Arabia. She was given the citizenship of Saudi Arabia. Okay. And there is this robot which is Kirobo. Okay. So what is this Kirobo? Does anyone have any idea what is Kirobo? Yes, Soumya. So Soumya, how do you know it? How do you know all these things?
So I knew about these things. Like I was in my graduation also. I was acquainted.
Okay. So you are having interest in all these things. Okay, so this is the first astronaut, and it was sent to the International Space Station in 2013. And this International Space Station, ISS, this is, what is ISS? Yes, Tisha, absolutely. India developed the Vyomit. And what is this International Space Station? Yes, it is International Space Station, and I am not asking for the full form. See, this is no Arya. It is not of the US. It is the habitable. Yes, Arini.
So it is a space mission formed from all countries like US, Russia, China, formed together
Yes.
a space station
Yes,
at a
Arini.
height of 400 kilometers from the Earth's surface, at the
Yes,
lower
in the-
Earth orbit.
Yes, in the lower Earth orbit. And this is the artificial satellite. And this artificial satellite is habitable. Okay. So International Space Station, it is the habitable artificial satellite. And Sakshi is saying ISRO, NASA, ESA, the JAXA, and Canada. And I don't think ISRO is a part of it. We have the NASA, we have ESA, and we have the Roscosmos of Russia. We have the Japan, JAXA of Japan, and the Canadian Space Agency. Canada, and from Russia we have the Roscosmos, I think. Disha, China Beidou is a different constellation of satellites, and basically it is the geopositioning system of China. Beidou is like the Indian regional navigational satellite system. So that is their own version of Beidou. Own version of, sorry, this geopositioning satellite. Okay. So Kirobo was the first humanoid robot. It was the first humanoid robot. Okay, so Sophia is not the first humanoid robot, Kirobo is. And it was sent to the International Space Station precisely for two purposes. Disha want to ask something. India has, yes Disha. Very good, India has developed the Vyomitra. So I was talking about the Kirobo, and Kirobo was the first humanoid robot, and Kirobo is obviously using the artificial intelligence, and precisely for two reasons it was sent to the International Space Station. Okay, the one reason was to provide the emotional support to the astronauts. Why do they need emotional support? Yes, absolutely, because isolation is there. Okay, the human interaction is missing, and that can be depressing. So Kirobo is designed to shake hands, and basically it is emotionally intelligent. Okay, it is designed to respond to the human emotions, to shake hands. It provides emotional support to the astronauts, and the second purpose was how robots work in the zero gravity situation. Okay, how the robots work in zero gravity situation. What is the zero gravity situation? Yes, zero gravity means no gravity, but how can it be? Yes, Arpit is right. It is a sort of free fall. Zero gravity because the net force, okay, net force acting on these objects, it is zero. That is why there is a zero gravity situation. I hope so. Kirobo is still in the ISS. I will confirm it. Okay. Now there are some terms. One term is this bot. What is this bot? Bot is basically a virtual robot. Okay, having no physical existence. So bot is a virtual robot. And please write about the bot. See, these are software programs. Bots are software programs that can perform. Bots are software programs that can perform a repetitive task again and again. Okay, so bots, these are basically the software programs, and they are designed to perform the repetitive tasks again and again. So these are the virtual robots. And there is one more term, the chatbot. Chatbot is basically the speech recognition. Is the combination of the speech recognition and the bot. So chatbot is the speech recognizing software program. Okay. Software program which can interact with you, that is the chatbot. I'll be back in 30 seconds. Sorry for the interruption. Yes, Kritika, Siri is a chatbot. Siri is a chatbot. Because Siri, okay, they have installed some kind of software program in the Siri and which can replicate the speech functions. So Siri is using chatbot. So the term robot, what is a robot? The term robot, it is derived from the robota. And robota means I think robota, it means the physical labor. It means labor. Okay, so robota means physical labor. So basically it is the last word. I just told you that robota, the meaning of robota is forced labor or the compulsory service. Okay, so robota means forced labor or compulsory service. सभी के पास 4 पेज वाली मैंने एक पीडीएफ दी थी, सबको मिल गई है वो? Yes, Saloni, Siri is using chatbot. Okay, a bot is basically a software program, okay, which can do a repetitive task again and again. And chatbot is basically a software program which can interact with you, which has the speech recognition technique. So Siri is using the chatbot. Obviously, Siri is using the programs. AI is basically, what is AI? AI is a set of algorithms, a set of programs. Okay. So yes, Siri is a chatbot, we can say. So the term robot, it is derived from robota, and robota means forced labor or the compulsory service. And this term is attributed to a playwright from the Czech Republic, and he was a novelist. His name was, I do not know how to pronounce it, Karel Čapek. Okay, he was a novelist and journalist. So the term robotics, it is attributed to Isaac Asimov, and the term robot, it is attributed to Karel Capek. And the father of robotics is Angel Berger. Okay. And he got the idea of robots, the working robots, industrial robots, from the article transfer machine. And what is the role of the Isaac Asimov? The role of Isaac Asimov, okay, he inspired the imagination about the robots, okay, through his science fiction novels. So what is a robot? A robot is an automatically functioning machine that can replace human effort. A robot is an automatically functioning machine that can replace human effort and can do the tasks that are done by human beings. Okay, and the robot, it may or may not resemble a human, and if it resembles a human being, then it is a humanoid robot, and if does not resemble a human being, then it is not a humanoid robot. Is this clear? I hope you are not confused about the bots and chatbots. See, everything is the software program, everything is algorithm. AI is also algorithm. Okay, AI is basically example of a bot. Example of a bot. Example, I cannot recall it right now, but there are some repetitive tasks. Okay. I am unable to recall it right now, but I will give one example for the bots. Like bots are, if I have the WhatsApp business account and you will send me some message, then immediately you will get the message, okay, some automated message. So that will be done by a bot. It is a repetitive work. Acknowledgement that I have received the message. Immediately you will get a message. I am not doing it. Some software program is doing it. So some bot is doing it. For the WhatsApp business account, yes, Ari?
Nothing, sir. I lost the network that I was reconnecting.
Okay, it's okay. Okay. Similarly, in Telegram, we have the bots. In the game where the group is not people, you are talking about the PUBG. Yes, in a way. I do not know much about PUBG. Chatbots are yes, because chatbots, they are also software programs and they are for some specific purpose. Okay, they are also doing the repetitive work. So you can say in a way that the chatbots, they are a subset of bots. Alicia the movie. I do not know about Alicia the movie. Alita. Okay. Bots are basically, they are not the industrial robot, they are virtual robots. Okay. They cannot do the physical work. That is why I have mentioned it. These are the virtual robots. Shall we proceed? Can we proceed? I do not know whether the bots, they are using Java, what kind of programming they are using. Java is basically, I think, only a programming language, and we can do programming in any language, okay, that we found as convenient. Yes, we have the physical robots, and that is why we are not calling them robots. We are calling them bots. There is difference between the bots and robots. Robots have a physical existence, and bots, they do not have any physical existence. Okay, now we will define the term robotics. We will define the term robotics. Robotics is the field of science and tech, technology, and it is related to the designing, manufacturing, and the working of robots. The design, manufacturing, and the working of robots. And obviously the computers, they are used in the field of robotics for the manipulation of these physical devices, okay, for the manipulation and for the processing of these devices. And the term, it is ascribed to Isaac Asimov. Okay, the robotics, the term is assigned to Isaac Asimov, and Isaac Asimov has written a series of novels by the name of Robots. Now the classification of the robots. We classify robots on the basis of the tasks that they are performing. Okay, and on this basis, we have classified them into three parts. One is the industrial robots. Okay, industrial robots. These are those robots which can perform a task better than the human beings. Okay, and with the industrial robots, there are several other factors related to speed, okay, accuracy. They can do the task with speed and with accuracy. And with precision, you can rely on them. So there is precision in the industrial robots, okay, there is reliability, there is speed, and there is accuracy. So these industrial robots, they are reprogrammable. They are not one-time programmable, they are reprogrammable. And because they are reprogrammable, they are multi-purpose. Okay, and they can move in 2 or 3 dimensions. Okay, these are having multiple degrees of freedom. Degrees of freedom means that in how many dimensions you can make the independent motion. Okay, so they can move in 2 or 3 dimensions, like we can move in 2 or 3 dimensions. And we have another category of the domestic robots. Domestic robots or the defense robots. Okay, and these robots, these are used for the household chores. So domestic robots, they are basically used for any repetitive task. The precision, speed, and accuracy might not be there, and it might be there. Okay, but they are used for any kind of repetitive or dull or dangerous tasks. If any activity is boring, it is dull, and it is dangerous, okay, then we will use the domestic robots, or these robots, when they are used in defense, these are known as the defense robots or the military robots. There is one robot car manufacturing will be industrial or domestic. So in the industrial processes, we will use the industrial robots because we need speed and with speed we can achieve the economies of scale. We can increase the production level. That is why we are using the robots there. In car manufacturing, obviously we have to use the industrial robot for the precision, for the speed, and for the accuracy. What is this Bandi Coot? I have written this BANDICOOT. What is this Bandi Coot? Yes, मीनू ये पता था या गूगल किया? Okay, मीनू. But very good, you have googled it. So Bandicoot, it is a robot which is used by the government of India. It is used by the government of India for cleaning of sewers. Okay, so this task, this is dangerous, and this is dull as well. So for this task, we have designed the Bandicoot. Okay, so that will be that will not lie in the industrial robot category. That will lie in the domestic robot category. And when we have these humanoid robots, so humanoid robots, they are those which resembles human in appearance. Humanoid robots, they resemble human beings in appearance. Now, artificial intelligence and robotics. With the advent of the artificial intelligence, okay, we have the robotics and we have the AI. So this overlapping region, the marriage between the AI and the robots, it has led to the development of autonomous and smart robots. Okay, so because of the association between the robotics and the AI, we are now having the smart robots, the autonomous robots, which can even take their own decisions. Okay, and this is the precise reason that the humanity it is searching for those questions, whether the machines can be intelligent to a certain point that they can surpass the human intelligence. So these questions have arisen because of this marriage, the association between the robotics and the AI. AI is providing the brain and robots, they are providing the hardware. Okay, AI is providing the brain or the algorithm, and when the hardware it has the brain, okay, it can be dangerous. And the AI and robotics, it can also result in the mass unemployment. I told you about the Industry 4.0, Industrial Revolution 4.0. It is related to AI and robotics. It is related to AI, it is related to robotics, it is related to Internet of Things. Okay, so Industry 4.0 and also the machine learning. So because of the Industry 4.0, the automation process, the production process, it has changed drastically. We can now achieve the economies of scale very easily, and it may result in the loss of employment, and it can result in the mass unemployment. So this is also one speculation. Okay, and this emerging field of AI and robotics, it can be used for mass surveillance. can be deployed for the mass surveillance for undermining the democracy. If the mass surveillance network will be there, then democracy, it cannot thrive. Okay, there will be reduction in the democracy and the privacy of people. Okay, they can always develop the robots, the machines, okay, for the mass surveillance to collect your data. The marriage between AI and the robotics, because the robotics, it is providing the hardware. Okay, so the hardware will be there to steal your data or to snoop on you, and obviously it has the artificial intelligence. So this marriage, it can bring the doomsday of the humanity, and it can also help the humanity. And there is one more fear, that we do not have any regulatory framework on the AI as yet. So the governments, they have not passed any law for the regulation of AI. So there is also absence of a regulatory framework. And one more concern is that the technology, the AI, it is in the control of only a few big players. There are globally a few big players, like we have Google, we have Facebook, okay, we have Amazon. We have only a few players who are controlling this branch, who are controlling the AI. Okay, that is also a concern. Only these big companies, they are controlling all of this field. I hope it is clear to you. So I have completed the artificial intelligence, I have completed big data, and I have completed the Internet of Things. And today we are discussing about the robotics, and I have completed robotics. Okay.
So what is the difference between robotics and AI, or these are similar or same?
No, AI is basically the software programs. AI is more related to the algorithm. Okay, the ways in which we can make the machines intelligent. AI is a different field, and robots, in robotics, what we are doing, we are creating the hardware which can reduce the human effort. Okay, see, Android, what is Android? Android is a program, and your mobile is a device. So your mobile, it is the hardware, and this hardware, it runs on the Android operating system. Okay, one does not have the physicality, and one has the physicality. One has the physical existence. See, you will agree with me that human body and mind, these are two different things. Okay, human body and mind, these are two different things. Both exist, but one has physical existence and one does not have physical existence. अगर किसी आदमी से क्राइम कराना है, then you will manipulate his mind. Okay, you will manipulate the mind of the person. उसके mind में बातें डालोगे that you have to commit some crime. चोरी करनी है या murder करना है, कुछ भी. So the action, it will be done by the body. The instruction will be of the mind. In a similar way, we have the robotics and we have the AI. AI is the set of instructions which can self-improve. Okay, I hope it is clear. So I have completed this topic and I will provide you a brief write-up. Okay. In the next week, some of the uses of the AI and robotics in the industry 4.0 in this space exploration. And you can also Google it. I have given you a broad framework. Okay, and please attempt those questions. Try to write the answer for the mains examination. So this is all from my side. Thank you. Goodbye and take care.